kind of almost hard to believe that Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is 20 this year, and I thought that the perfect way to celebrate this would be to do the Harry Potter 20 tag that is currently going around on YouTube. There are a bunch of questions all about Harry Potter, and I cannot promise that this won't contain spoilers for the other 6 books as well, so if you're just discovering Harry Potter and beginning your journey, I would proceed with caution. All of the questions will be in the description below, and the first one is, how did you discover Harry Potter? Was it through the books or the films? Technically it would have been through the books, but not actually. We did a project when I was in year 3 at school, so I would have been 7, maybe 8, where we had to design our own wizard robes and things, and we had Harry Potter read out to us at the end of the week, but I don't really remember it. I discovered it properly and learned more about the story through the PlayStation 1 game. It was one of the first ever PS1 games that I had, and that game still to me brings back so many memories. So I kind of learned all about Harry Potter by playing the game. If you could customise your Hogwarts uniform, how would you do it? To be honest, I'm really boring and I probably wouldn't. I really like the look of the uniforms, and I don't think I would do anything to customise them because they're just so exquisite, and I'm very big on uniforms. I think they're a great thing. That was a really boring answer. Who would your ultimate Hogwarts Friends Gang be? I have a bit of an issue with this question because it's no secret that I'm not really a big fan of a lot of the pupils at Hogwarts. Like, my favourite characters are all adults, but if I had to select a couple of people to have a Hogwarts Friends Gang, I would definitely want Draco, I'd have Luna, and Neville. 3 very different characters, one of which would not really fit in, but I think that would work as a nice little cohort. Actually, we'll throw in Ron there as well because I'd like to hang around with Ron. If you were a teacher at Hogwarts, what lessons would you teach? Ideally, I'd teach the dark arts. Realistically, I'd be stepping in the shoes of Sybil Trelawney. I realise you can't see that that is Emma Thompson. And I would most likely be teaching divination. If you could have any creature from the Harry Potter universe as a pet, which would you choose? I'm boring and would go for a cat, but if I had to choose a creature that is not a common pet in the Muggle world, I would have to have an owl. I think there's just something so great about the freedom of an owl, even though I hate birds, but I do think owls are adorable. If you were captain of your own Quidditch team, what would you call your team? For me, it would have to be Slithering Serpents. We would be Slytherin, but we'd be called Slithering Serpents, and I think if you were to chant Slithering Serpents, it's so sibilant and beautiful, and I love it. What magical treat have you always wanted to try? I'm so greedy, I'd have to go to like a banquet of all of the Harry Potter sweets and sample everything, but in all honesty, I really want a chocolate frog. I've had those like ones you get for like £1.50 from Tesco or whatever, but I've never had a proper one in the proper box because they're about £20, and I'm not really wanting to pay £20 for a chocolate frog, but I would love to try one of those. I know it's just chocolate, but it's a bit of a weird dream of mine. If you could create any spell, what would it be and what words would you use to cast it? It would have to be something to do with kind of, I'd like to be able to apparate without a port key. I'd like to just be able to do it with the flick of a wand. So it would be Locus Tempus, which basically means space, time, when roughly translated in Latin. So just Locus Tempus, and I'd be able to go wherever I'm thinking about. That is not just my Harry Potter dream, that is the dream. I want to travel through time and space. If your Patronus was an inanimate object, what would it be? It would without a doubt be a quill, and it would be writing mid-air. I think that would just be such a beautiful image. If you could bring any Harry Potter character back to life, who would it be? This is obviously going to have a massive spoiler. I have 3 answers. The first and the easiest one to deal with is Sirius. Nobody was happy with that. It needs to be resurrected. Snape, because I still can't. I still cannot deal with that one at all. So that needs to be changed. But the other 2 are arguably not clear. First of all, Bellatrix, if she did die, I'd say 90% of people believe that Bellatrix did die when Molly Weasley whacked her. But I'm of the 10% or whatever who kind of thinks maybe she didn't. Maybe she was alright in the end. We don't know for certain. And also Voldemort, if Voldemort is really dead. You've been given free reign of Diagon Alley, where do you go? First of all, I would go to Ollivander's and get my wand, or if I've already got a wand, I would go and get my wand finely tuned. And then I would head straight to Knockturn Alley. I think that could be a lot of fun, and I would love to sneak around Nocturne Alley with the hood of my robes up over my head, looking at all the really disturbing, dark, dangerous, awesome things. If you could send an owl post to anybody in the Harry Potter universe, who would it be? It would either be Bellatrix or Trelawney. I kind of have a soft spot for Trelawney. I'd communicate with Bellatrix because I think her letters would be hilarious to read, but I'd really like Trelawney as a pen pal. I think that could be a lot of fun, and I love both of them. And the last question gets my heart racing. If J.K. Rowling were to create any spin-off series about any Harry Potter character, who would it be? I would love, and I'm waiting for the day that she writes a novel from Voldemort's perspective, or maybe Voldemort's memoirs or something like that. I just think, I instantly thought of Mein Kampf when I said that, but I really think from Voldemort's perspective would be brilliant. I just love it when the antagonist becomes the protagonist. I think it's such an interesting approach, and I don't know why that hasn't been done yet, to be honest. Who'd have thought that 20 years ago something as simple as a beginning of a 7-year journey about a boy who is a wizard would become such a global phenomenon. There are very few people, certainly in the 20 to 30 age bracket, who hasn't been personally touched by Harry Potter in some way. And apart from one person I know, I don't know anybody who actually doesn't like Harry Potter, which is crazy. I love it. It's such a big part of my heart and my mind, and I'm so inspired by it. And then the characters, and just, I don't need to say how amazing it is, because if you're watching this video by this stage, you will know. Thank you for watching this. If you do this video, let me know. I'd love to see it, or feel free to comment with your answers below, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye!